Hey, it's me again, Michael, your favorite agile thought provoker. And we're in the middle of our series on team and team building models. Today I've got for you the Connect model. The Connect model, it goes back to Lafasto and Larson in the year 2001, so it's almost 20 years old also. And this model is actually a two-in-one deal. So today I'll be introducing two models which are highly interconnected. Let's start with, what do you have? At the core, you have a team member. This team member has relationships with the people around them within the team. So you would have relationships. In order to solve problems, both within the team, among the team members, and of course also towards the goals of the team. And then on top of the problem solving is that the team has to go somewhere. They have to achieve something, they have to work in a certain way, and that is leadership. And of course the team always has a context, and this context is the team's environment, the organization. And everything is based on how people get along. So what the Connect model focuses on is really mostly the part of relationships, both within the team and surrounding the team. That's what's making this model interesting in comparison to the other models, is that it's clearly focused on relationship building. And there have been psychological studies that the relationships are very important to the performance of a team, yet most team models neglect relationships and relationship building. And this is one of the things that I personally like about this Connect model, is that it's the first model that really focuses on the relationships within the team. So Connect is basically not maybe a linear process, but a series of things that you might want to keep in mind in order to improve the relationships of team members. The first one is that you need some kind of commitment. Yes, I want to have this kind of relationship. I want to get along well with my coworkers. I want to be understood with my coworkers. I want to find ways to move forward with my coworkers. I have no idea maybe how to do this. Maybe we're arguing every day. Maybe we hate each other. Whatever. But we should say that I don't want to get rid of this person, but I want to have a positive, beneficial relationship with this person. And when both involved parties say, yes, we're committed to getting along with each other, to find ways to move forward in a positive way, that's already a good thing. And then we have safety. Optimize for safety. Optimize safety. Once people feel safe to express what's on their heart, what's on their mind, what they care about, what they expect from each other, we have a basis to find ways to move forward. But when people hide, they feel detached and they think that being vulnerable towards the other person will be exploited, and we can't really have a conversation. So we need to create an environment where people feel safe to speak their mind. I mean, it's okay to say, I am very unhappy with the way the situation currently is, because it gives us a basis to move forward. And usually when we start building relationships, there's a lot of things. I don't like the food you eat, I don't like the way you dress, I don't like the way you write your code, I don't like this, I don't like that, but it doesn't help us to say everything about you is bad. So once we had the opportunity to make sure that everybody could speak their mind, we need to focus. We can't talk about everything at the same time because it doesn't really get us anywhere. So we need to narrow down to one issue, to one issue. The more focused it is, the easier it is to get a solution. When I say I have this problem and that problem and many problems, then we create a complex problem, and complex problems are extremely difficult to solve. When we say I have a specific problem with the way that the code is being written in the team, or with the way that you behave or act in any other way, then it's much easier to address this specific point and come to a specific solution that both parties can live with, can deal with in the future. And of course, the way that people often express themselves, it creates a kind of an issue that people feel attacked. For example, I don't like the way you write your code, or even worse, your code is junk. It's an attack on your professionalism. And what would you do? Of course, you would find reasons to defend yourself. And you might say that that's the way I've learned it and so on, and it's not good to do it in any other way. Or you might be even find yourself attacked and you go into counterattack mode and you say that, well, my code is junk. This code is very high quality. Your code is junk and you don't understand how to do it properly, and we're clobbering each other over the head and we're not solving the issue. So we might want to neutralize defensiveness. What's the problem of defensiveness? I explained already. What we don't want is to land the killing blow. We don't want to let one person drop their defenses so that we can really drive home our point and show that the other person is wrong. That's not the idea. The idea is to rephrase and reframe. For example, when I say, your code is junk, it's an attack on you. When instead I say, I do not understand why you are writing the code like this, it's an entirely different thing, because first I move away from making it your problem to including myself in the problem, and instead of stating that your code is the problem, we move towards saying that the way that we interact with each other when it comes to code, that is the problem, and that is something that can be addressed. And all of a sudden we can move into a solution space that says that maybe we can sit together and you explain to me why you're doing it like this so that I can have a better understanding of what you have. Then we come to the point where we give each one the opportunity to explain and echo perspectives And the intention behind this one is that I say, when I look at your code, then I feel that it's quite complicated. And the other person could say, when you look at my code, what specifically makes you feel that it's complicated? So I repeat what the other person says, and I bring in the way for the other person to explain more. And from this one, we can come closer to each other. It's a diplomatic process. There's many ways to engage in this process. For example, clean language can help here, reframing can help here. And in some cases, it might be necessary to moderate those sessions when there's already a lot of emotions involved, so that people cannot be neutral and they cannot empathize with the other person. And from there, we want to move into actively changing. So we want to change behavior. So instead of me getting angry when I see your code, I need to step back and say, okay, I'm not going to have a response right now. I see this code, and again, I don't understand why you did it. So I would go and say, okay, we need to sit down again, because I feel that we haven't made any progress yet. So I am already changing my own behavior in order to help you also change your behavior in a way that we get along better. And the important thing is that we don't hasten things here. We shouldn't do all of it at once. We should go issue by issue, and we start by doing things that are most important, that will help us get along better. And when we say we have made progress, that means we track our progress. And when we see that we have made progress, we can move on to the next issue and see if we can improve our relationship in another issue as well. So that is a specific example of how we could be using the Connect model to get along better within a development team. There's no reason to limit this Connect model to within the team. We can easily use it around the team, in the organization, towards management, towards our clients and customers, and even in our personal relationship. And that's why this model, as easy as it is, it can be very helpful and broad in application. And again, to repeat, I like the Connect model because it's the first model that specifically focuses on building better relationships. So, hope you liked this video, and if you didn't already, you might want to consider subscribing, because there will be more model presentations coming up and a lot more content in the future that you might miss out if you're not a subscriber. So thanks, and have a good one.